Hi, I'm Dylan Smith. I'm the Facility and Lands Coordinator for the Vermont Fish and Wildlife Department. We're here tonight on a central Vermont pond to film a how-to catch trout at night video. It's a super simple technique, and I think what you'll take away from this video is that you can use this on any pond that has stock trout. All we're using is a light rod. We're going to vary between a 16th and a 32nd ounce jig. We're going to be using night crawlers. On the tip of a rod, we're going to be using a glow stick that attaches right to the tip, and it allows you to see the light bites that we'll be getting. To mark our depth, we're going to be using a small piece of dental floss, so it allows us to catch a fish or check our line and then get right back down to the fishing depth where the fish was at. Another part of this that I've found sometimes helps, sometimes doesn't, is a submersible light. This is a green light. I'm going to put it just underneath the surface of the water, and what it does is it basically builds like an artificial ecosystem. Maybe tonight, if the organisms are here, we'll be able to show you. But there'll be zooplankton, there'll be bugs, sometimes there'll be bait fish, and occasionally you'll have the trout come right up into view. So when I start looking for these fish, typically I'll go to the DEC website and I will look up the lake map, which they're available for the majority of the lakes in Vermont. And I'm going to be looking for underwater structure. This could be a hump, it could be a point offshore. Some of the maps have rocks indicated, and it depends on the time of the year. It's mid-August. I'm probably going to start in 25 to 30 feet of water. As we get into fall, I'm going to typically push into less than 20 feet. So if you're not catching fish, typically I'm going to move every half an hour. One of the benefits of using a submersible light or a lantern is that it draws the fish to you. But some nights they're just not biting and you do have to go look for them. So I'll move every half an hour. You know, it depends on the night or the body of water, but I might move 100 feet, I might move 100 yards. I might just try a whole new portion of the lake. So the typical technique that I use for this, when you're out with a buddy or a family, like, it's great because when you have more lines, you can find the fish quicker. Typically, I'm going to set, everybody's going to fish 2 lines. That's what you're allowed to fish with. We're going to dead stick them, put them right on the side of the boat, and they're just going to sit there. You don't move them, the fish will find them. And if you have 4 rods out, typically I start the night fishing from the bottom to the surface. So I'm going to put my first rod at 2 feet off bottom. The second rod's going to be 4 feet, and then 6 feet and 8 feet. As you find active depths that the fish are at, you can raise up your ones that are further away, and hopefully you can find out, what depth that those fish are cruising through. And eventually, you're going to have all your lines within like a 2 to 3 foot zone. That's bigger fish. So it's coming out. It would go. Oh, one more. About 9:15, the trout are starting to bite. Took a little while after it got dark, but I think they're picking up. Yep. I was watching it because the line was going out from the boat. Oh, we got one in between all the bluegills. We'll take it. Exciting night. We'll let it go though. So one big thing to night fishing is there's bugs. When you turn your headlight on, you're going to get swarmed. So really try to keep your headlights off. I would suggest bringing pants. I would suggest a long sleeve shirt and maybe a bug net if it's a really bad time of year. And a lot of the times when you're fishing at night, the wind calms down and it's quiet. And you'll hear these fish splashing as they eat, bait fish and bugs. And it's just a great way to keep yourself interested and active and looking for fish.